been a while I've been online. Hi!
Hi,
Finally!
finally.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much.
How are you doing?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Wow.
Currently experiencing some flu symptoms, but I'm blessed.
I
Yeah,
hope you get better soon.
thank you.
And congratulations on your successful event.
Thank you. Thank you, bro. We thank God. All the glory to God. Like the Woman of Impact event, the most recent one was more like just an event day, just for the women, just to socialize, get together. And then the main event is in October. I'm hearing some feedback, bro. Is that me? Do you think? Is the feedback from my side, do you think? I can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay. I don't know. I know. Is that I can hear myself.
Really?
No. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think it's from my end. Let me see.
Mm.
Is it giving a feedback? Hi, hello.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine now. I can't hear anything anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be fine. Like a lot of times with this IG lives. In the actual live it's can be funny, but then once you post it, it's fine. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's jump right into it.
Let's jump into it, bro. Let's jump into it.
So welcome everyone to this Instagram live session. And today I have the incredible Moradeun Oduwole.
Oh,
I hope I got that.
yeah, you did. You did. Wow. Well done, bro.
Thank you
Mm.
for agreeing to come on this live. It's such
Okay.
an honor to host you. Yeah, and today we are actually talking about a very important topic, and we're talking about like how to build networks, mentorship, and all that good stuff, right?
Mm. Mm.
So, so before I start, I just wanted to just introduce yourself a bit. Let us know much more about what you do, and
Okay.
let's connect with you.
Okay. Sorry. So yeah, this question gets me thinking because it's like I actually don't know where to start from. But I'll break it down. So in terms of what I do for work, I'm a pharmacist. I actually work in the community pharmacy. I live in Ireland. But I was born in England and grew up in England. Moved over to Ireland about I'll say 9 years ago now, and met my husband and we got married, and yeah, so the rest is history. But yeah, so I've been in Ireland now for 9 years and trained in the UK as well as a pharmacist.
Wow.
I kind of moved into health and wellness, we'll say within the last 3 years or so, and that's through like a personal experience. Um, so so through that personal experience, you're working hard as a pharmacist, a healthcare professional, and experiencing, it's like when as a healthcare professional you're experiencing what your patients actually go through. That's when it's like, oh, okay, it's
This
not
is
just a
real.
job anymore. Yeah, it's real. So that's when I was like, okay, I need to buckle up my shoes and step up my game. So yeah, so that's when I really moved into health and wellness space. And
Mhm.
for me, like sometimes I reflect and I'm like, this it's always been what I've been interested in, or will I say I'm very fond and aware of wellness and well-being, but I never really saw I never really saw it as that, if you see what I mean. Like I've always been that person who's just been that encouraged. I've always been that person who's always like thinking of not just what's going on in that moment, that there's always contributing factors to why someone is experiencing or these things, you know what I mean? So yeah. So then, through that, then that's what birthed Woman of Impact, which is a social enterprise, which I founded about 3 years ago, which is basically focusing on women, and really channeling women to really, it's channeling and empowering women and inspiring women to be more. And we usually focus on areas of wellness. So finance is one major one, health, so both physical and mental health, femininity, and other areas as well. Because intertwined with health and wellness, I believe in the holistic way of seeing things, and not like herbs and all that, but more so looking at things as a whole. So that finding that balance, focusing on those pillars of wellness, because it's all well and good saying you want to you're focusing on your physical health, for example, but has that individual worked on their emotional well-being, or even looked into their mental well-being and things like that? And especially in the Black community, because that's what I represent, I think some of these things need to be spoken about more. They are, and people are, but more. Like, we need to hear more, because there's so much that is going on behind closed doors that people are experiencing. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to go. And, it's only until they have that cry for help, dire moment, that's like, oh, but if we start, and that's what I experienced. I was at that cry for help moment, and then that's when I was like, okay, but we don't need to be in that moment,
You don't need to get to that moment.
Right, that's right, yeah. We can start with education. So Women of Impact really focus on education, enlightenment. So it's like, so with the finance, it's literally, okay, what are the financial, financial information, financial intelligence, things like that, how you should be saving or investing, things like that, which is, the information is out there, but we're bringing it to you. Physical health, yes, women's health, people know. Are we taught this? Do we actually have set days set for this, or is it just you're just expected to know? And it's like kind of silencing that expectation that, okay, you expect to know. It's like, okay, well, I'm telling you. And so I can go on, but so that's what Women of Impact is about. And it's a real passion. It's like my baby, one of my babies. So, and then alongside all of that, I do part of an online travel business as well, so I have that going on. And I just really try to support people. So I like collaborating with people as well, and really just helping people wherever I can, wherever my skill set meets them, and just collaborate. And how can we make that impact? And then that's what leads me into the health coaching, because I recently discovered that, okay, this is one of my giftings, you know, encouraging people. So that's when now I moved into the health coaching space. So with God's grace, so we're just doing what we can in the community that we're in, just to make the world a better place.
Wow, amazing. It just seems like you just have so many things going on. Amazing.
And amongst that, I have two kids and a husband.
Wow, amazing. Thank you for sharing that. And I think this just tees us up for the next question, and mentorship. So our topic today is mentorship, how to build network support. So I would like to ask you, I'll start by asking, what does mentorship mean to you? Like, so a lot of people think it's just like a buzzword that has just recently been ringing around. But I want you to just, like, what does it mean to you? Does it mean anything? What does mentorship mean?
Mentorship means a lot to me, and I've actually seen the power of mentorship in all the different things that I've been involved in. I'll take it back a bit, and I'll say, actually, I feel like you said, it's a buzzword. I feel like we're not really like taught these things. We're not told about, oh, you need a mentor, you need a coach, or you need this. We're just kind of like just guided in a way, especially, I don't know about in other countries, but I feel like it because I grew up in London, I grew up in the UK, so I just feel like, you're just told, go to school, for women anyway, I don't know for men, go to school and, get a job, find a husband, and that's it. All of, the rest of life, so to speak, we're not taught, and that links in with mentorship. So the need for a mentor isn't actually like resounded, and I believe it's very, very important, because so in every area of your life, it's important to have a mentor, it's important to have a coach, or someone, a sponsor, someone who's there to kind of, they've already done this journey, or they're, in a higher level, would we say, or than you, and it's like they can guide, instruct, you can rub your ideas with theirs, you can have someone that you can lean on, someone that can actually push you, and just lead you, or that particular person in what area that they're focusing on. So for me, for Woman of Impact, I have a mentor. She's walked that walk already in setting up, organization that's focusing on women and, enabling women to flourish. So I lean on her. So she understands
your journey.
exactly. So therefore, that is where the strength comes in, because it's like, okay, well, the things that I'm experiencing, she's like, okay, no, Riley, you've got this, you can do this, and things like that. Again, even with, the travel business, similar thing. And not only is that person encouraging, but they're, there to actually, what would I say is the word, criticize, or, to just kind of, give that feedback. Say, okay, you could have done this, you could have done that, and then it's up to you to take it on. But at least you have that person to, to tell you, and it's honest. It's honest as well. It's coming from a safe place. It's coming from someone who actually cares. So mentorship is so important in every aspect. So for financial decision making, in the professional decision, workspace, business,
Wow.
it's very important.
I think what really struck me about what you said is just having a mentor in every space that is able to give you feedback, because that's so important, because sometimes like you just walk through life and you think you know it all, and no one has done this life before. But the good thing is that some people have gone ahead of you.
That's right.
They've taken steps, or they've been where you want to be. And the best thing is just to like ask them questions, right? They're able to like guide you. And so I think that's so important. Thank you for sharing. You've kind of touched a bit about it, but I would just talk a bit about like the benefits for young ladies. So today is International Women's Day, so happy International Women's Day.
Thank you very much. Happy International Women's Day to all the women out there as well.
So if you were to advise or to counsel a young lady out there, what are the benefits of mentorship? What would you say?
Okay, I would say that mentorship is beneficial, so that you have that person who has already walked in those shoes, and that person that can guide you to the direction that you're seeking. Mentorship, the benefit of mentorship is also important, especially for young women. I think it's really, really important to have that big sis. It doesn't have to even be like, okay, you're searching for it. It's identifying that person who in your life or in your circle that is there to actually lean on, and is in that particular space, and that you can say, okay, they're excelling in this, they've done this, they've tried this, they failed here, and they're willing to share in their journey. So I think it's been also the benefits of mentorship is actually seeing that person who is gone through different hurdles and have overcame, and they're actually sharing in those challenges and how they overcame. So that person or that, you know, woman, young woman can grasp onto that, hold on to that, and use that as fuel as well to continue what they're doing. So I'll give myself as an example. So for the program, other part, I don't even know how to even say it. Other things that I do, because literally it's just like I'm trying to think what is it, because there's just so many. But other things that I do, other organizations that I'm a part of, AMDAF, which is an organization for migrant women in Ireland. The founder is Lamia. I see her as my mentor because she's based here in Ireland. She's set up a social enterprise here, which is now actually a charity. And so the barriers that I could potentially face, she's faced them. If you see what I mean.
Yep.
So it's like I'm like, okay, you know, so I go to her and say, well, I'm thinking of doing this. What do you think? Things like that. And so sometimes I would say, oh, my, you know, I don't actually mention to her that, oh, she's my mentor. I don't have her number saved on my phone as mentor, you know, but I've identified that she is that mentor. So I think as well, it's actually just being able to say, okay, it's this particular person that I need, and recognizing that this is, you know, the person or that said individual that can help you in those moments.
Thank you. That's so interesting. So I think let's talk about the next step, right? And after getting your mentor, and like you have someone that you look up to and you call a mentor. No, I think it's actually backwards, right? So I think you need to like build a network, right, to be able to like get a mentor, right? So like if how do we even start by building a network? How do we build networks, right? And because I think this is so important to a lot of people, especially people that are in other countries, like migrants to other countries, like they're starting their lives all over again from the beginning, and they're just so confused, they don't know what to do. And what's the importance of building networks?
Again, bro, it's important. Like building network, they say your network is your net worth. And one of my mentors as well, Rachel Francis, my good sis, she says like people they're not like, she says people are commodity, like not in a like, you know, to use people, because even me sometimes, you know, just hearing that stuff, but it's like, you know, like people, you need people. Let's just keep it real. Like in life, in your social life, your family life, you need people. So that's where it actually starts from. Like no one can live in isolation. So if we look at it that way, network is important. Networking is valuable. So how to start that, I would say, for someone who's moved into another country, I'll definitely say integration, getting involved with the systems of the country. If they, you know, if you came from for work purposes and stuff, really, you know, being involved in what's going on, and just really just getting stuck in. Like, for example, one of the organizations I work with, AMDAF, you know, that's what some of the things that, you know, we try to do as well. Integration, because it's about people understanding the different cultures. So someone understanding this person's culture and understanding that person's culture. But even still, bro, let's just look at it this way. How did we connect? It's online, it's on the socials.
True.
I don't even know how I even came across your page, but I think it's because you was doing a live. You did a live with, I think it's I Am Fabulous Pharmacist or something.
Oh, the fulfilled pharmacist. Okay, yeah.
Pharmacist. That was.
You have a great memory.
Yeah, and that's it. So it's about, you know, now we're in this digital age, we're in this digital space. It's not going anywhere. We need to use it. People need to be on the social media positively, not as a consumer only, but let's say exactly giving value on the social media. Like, so for example, like, you know, connecting with people to say, okay, this person is doing this. All right, this is really, really good. How can I, collaborate with them? How can I network with them? Because at the end of the day, we don't know that connection, what it can, that ripple effect that it can bring. Like I seen then, I just connected with you because you did that live, and I was like, how, I don't even remember the live specifically, but I found that information on the live that you was talking about. It was a very interesting topic. I think it was something health related or something like that. But and then from there, look, we're doing our own live, and more people will get to see and hear about, the conversations here. So that's why the power of networking is. And it's just about being bold and just putting the information out there. And another thing I want to share as well is it also starts from within, because it shouldn't, networking, or in my opinion anyway, isn't from a place of, you're using somebody, or you want to get there so you can get to the next level, and some like not so good
people, right?
Yeah, it's not about using people, it's about connecting with people in order to find and more information, learn new things, new experiences. You know what I mean? It's about building community. That's the power of networking. Obviously, some people use it for their own advantage, but if the I would say, I don't know if the word is incentive, or is it like the motive behind it is from a positive outlook, then you'll be able, you feel comfortable with, with that whole networking and things like that. Now, I really stand by networking, and it's really, really done a lot for me, especially with the enterprise that I'm involved in and things, and even the businesses I'm involved in. It really works off just connecting with people and just building a community.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I think people should look at networking from this angle. Like, if you have value to give, right, you just look for how connect with another person of value, and both of you just vibe and just do things together that will create much more value. But I think it starts from a place of knowing that you have value to give to the next person. Yeah, it's so important. Yeah, because a lot of people just want, like you said, just want to go to use people and just want to take. But it has to come from your perspective of having value to give to the next person, and this person is able to also benefit from what you bring to, I don't want to use table, but yeah, let's use table, what you also bring to the table. So it's value versus value. You're not just going there to go and just leech off this person. Yeah, that's so important. Thank you for sharing that. What would you say are some challenges people might face in trying to get a mentor, or trying to get a mentor in whatever space they find themselves in?
Oh, that's
and
interesting.
how they can overcome it, because we don't just like to see challenges, we also want to overcome it.
Okay. I have to think about that, how the challenges. So I would say, firstly, if we just look at pharmacy, for example, or I'll just stick with pharmacy. I would say reaching out to people who are in maybe a higher position, or have, let's say, if you're looking to go into another sector or another field, really just approaching people and say, I'm really, really interested, I'm looking into doing X, Y, and Z, can you help me? And I think it's about just being bold and just seeing what they say. Like, personally, I go by this, the worst thing that they can say is no. And that's
and
the end. Like and I'll be like, on to the next one. So I think that's it. It's just about being bold and just asking questions or seeking help. And I'm a woman of faith. I believe in God, I believe in Jesus. So praying about the situation and asking God for direction. and things will just flow. So I would say if there was any challenge, I would say it's just really to just go back to, go back to your base and think, okay, who is this person? What the person that I'm seeking, or the help that I need, just really like identifying it as well, because sometimes we are looking for something, but you don't really know what is the
What you
thing
want
that you're.
to.
Yeah. So it's really just identifying what is it that you need. Like I would actually, excuse me, use myself as a person as an example, and where I'm leading with this is sometimes it's about the timing as well. So I before starting Women of Impact, or even going into the health coaching space, I've been involved in other programs as such. I didn't know what I know I needed help, but I didn't know how to get that help. But I tried not to like dwell on it. So it's like kind of like, okay, I would do something and then see, oh, this is leading me closer to the help that I need. Okay, this is leading me closer to the help that I need. Then eventually I found, my mentor for Women of Impact, and that's when things blossomed. So what I'm trying to say is sometimes that person is there, but you need to go through certain barriers or certain people to, before you can find that right person for whatever it is that you want to do. And it's like you have to keep knocking at different doors until eventually the right person for you, they will open up, that like-minded person where you understand each other, they understand you, they've gone through similar things with you and stuff like that. It kind of gets more niche. Where another thing I wanted to add is also about timing. Is sometimes we are in a rush. Sometimes we want whatever we want. We want it to happen within the next, 2 months because we set that goal already. But is that what God wants? Maybe it's a moment where he's working on us. God is working on us in other areas first, because it's like before you get to where you set that goal, there's some things that needs to be removed and taken away or refined, So that's another thing. It's about the right timing, and having a mentor also helps, to refine you, because it's like they've already gone through these barriers or setbacks, and then they're able to say, no, you can do this in a faster, time frame and better. I hope that answers your question.
It actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it does. It does, and thank you for that. So now we have a mentor. We're able to build a network. How do we maintain this mentor-mentee relationship? How would you say we can maintain a mentor-mentee relationship? Because I find that a lot of people, when they get a mentor, all they want from the mentor is they just want money, they just want support, they want this, they just want give me, give me. But I don't think that is excuse me, I don't think that's the best way to maintain a mentor-mentee relationship, right? And so I'm throwing this out to you. How do you think we can maintain a mentor-mentee relationship?
I think in any relationship, bro, it's about give and receive. It's not just a one-way street. So I definitely think it should be, like as the person is giving, we're also giving, as both parties are giving, and that's how things will flourish, because it will soon get to a point where the person's like, okay, this person, they can misconstrue and then start to think this person is just always taking and stuff like that. But to make it a little bit more relatable and more realistic, for example, it may not necessarily be, because let's say for example this person is like in a professional setup, your mentor is doing, they're top of their game. So really, what you're just starting out, what can you really do for them? But it's actually it's the little things. So it's maybe one day you just bought them a coffee, something like that, or just showed that appreciation. something random that, oh, they you know, or maybe they said that they needed this, or, you know, just something, and then you're just like, okay, you know, let me. So it's just showing appreciation for that person in your life that's helping and supporting you. You know, that's ways to maintain that relationship. And another thing I want to add is sometimes these having a mentor is good. That's why it's good to have someone for each segment and each area of, you know, of your life, because that person may be great for, let's say, a professional or something, you know, but then maybe for family life, you know, they don't have, you know, a family, or, you know, as large as yours or
Yeah.
something, so they won't understand that dynamic. It's important to have people who, you know, really like tailored it to each specific area as well. But one thing that came to my mind that I wanted to share is, this topic is really, really good. I don't know if you heard of, his name is Vusi Temagwayo.
Yes, the South African. Yeah, I know him.
Oh my God, bro, like he is
I love him. I love him. Great guy.
like, and he has this podcast on this, coaches, mentors, and sponsors. I don't know if you've heard
No.
it. Have you listened to it? I would really, really, you know, really, really advise to listen to it. It's absolutely phenomenal. In fact, all of his podcasts on the Spotify and all that is something really to listen to. But that one, he really like breaks it down, like what, as individuals, like what you need in life, like, you know, the reason why you need a coach, the reason why you need a sponsor, that, or a mentor, you know, someone to advocate for you and things like that. So that came to mind. So I just thought I'd just drop that in
Thank you
here
for
as well.
sharing.
Because that is it. It's like, but then, bro, the interesting thing is how many people are having these kind of conversations,
Not
and
a lot.
do you know, like telling people the importance of networking and stuff. Like, I came from a background where, you know, in fact, they will see this as you're poking your nose into someone else's business. Like, what are you looking for? But this is it. This is it. Like life is moving at a really rapid, you know, and especially now with this whole AI. I know that you're into AI, and I actually, you know, would love to find out more as well about the AI. The AI space is doing its thing. So that's why as humans we need to also accelerate too, and really be specific in, you know, understanding ourselves in a better way, because yeah, we need it. We need it, bro. We need it.
I got you. I feel you. Yeah, mentorship, coach, sponsors, everything. Like we need everything in our lives, right? Because for 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 every aspect, right, you need someone that is advocating for you,
Yeah.
someone that is able to guide you, someone that is able to show you the way, someone that, because like I said earlier, not every, like, we are all living this life for the first time, right? And there are so many things that we might not be able to see. We can't see our back, right? But there's someone that has gone ahead
Yeah.
and has walked all those paths and is able to like guide and like. So I think to just bring everything together, speaking about mentorship, building networks, finding a mentor, and I want you to tailor it to the pharmaceutical space, right? Because I know a lot of our colleagues, right? They, especially like the clinical or the retail pharmacists, they are all about, oh, I'm just going to the community pharmacy. I'm all about dispensing my pills, doing my counseling. And not a lot of them would be predisposed to like going out there or putting themselves out there to actually go out of their comfort zone to actually speak to people that are not within their traditional network. And you
Well,
know what
yeah.
yeah, like other pharmacists or stuff. Like, what would you say to people like that, or even people that are not even pharmacists but want to network with other people that are outside their traditional comfort zone? What would you say to people like that? How do they go about it, right? And to be able to build a network and eventually finding a mentor.
Wow, that's really, really interesting question. I would say, firstly, I think it's important for one to really be open-minded and to really think big. So why I say this is because that's where you'll be able to expand and vision, really have a good vision on, okay, this is where I want to be in, 5 years, 10 years. This is the pathway that I need to get there. So that will then enable anyone to naturally, you will just begin to flow in those directions. So that's why I said think big and, vision, be visionary and things like that. And I would say that in don't want to sound negative, but for example, in certain setups, it's hard to do that because you don't know any different. Or let's say the people around you will feel some type of way if you're doing something different. So therefore, some people will just think, okay, let me just stick to what I'm doing because that's what everyone else is doing. So it's important to be authentic and show up as your true self in every space, every walk of life. To just really, as humans, we need to show up as our true selves, and that's where we can find our purpose and really flow in whatever we find ourselves doing. So bringing it into pharmacy, and the reason why I'm saying this is because especially in retail pharmacy, it's so we do the same thing over and over and over. God help us. God help us. So, that doesn't help because, you just get stuck to the routine of things and it's like, oh, okay. So when something new comes in, it's just like, oh, no. You even know in pharmacy when a new, a new system has come in, it just really shakes everything up. Like we've been doing this and this. And I think in the pharmacy space, things are so like rigid, and so therefore it's harder then to like come out of that rigidity. What I'm saying is, let's come out of that rigidity.
Love it.
Because things aren't so black and white. Like that's not how life is outside of these spaces. Like no, it really isn't. And I've seen that so much more over the years. Like there's things happen. Like of course there's things like that are in place and that there's laws and all that. I'm not talking about that, but I'm just saying that like we just need to come out more. So that's why there's a rise of even health coaches, for example, because what's working currently isn't working, and people need more. For example, for me, I love my job. I love what I do. I love speaking. You can tell I love speaking. I love speaking to people. I love helping people. But then I find that in certain setups, I'm not able to do that because, like we're not able to really, do what we need to do. So then you'll see if you was to have a mentor and share these, thoughts and expressions with them, they'll be able to guide and say, okay, have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? Have you looked into this? Have you looked into that? And then that can help. And it's also a big call for leaders as well, like identifying staff that actually are, doing more and willing, to do more and are open to doing more, and people actually using initiative, because that also helps as well. Like people just really showing up, even in the little things. It goes a long way.
Yeah, it goes a long way.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Thank you so much, Moradeun. This has been so enlightening. Do you have any final words? Do you have any thing you want to add?
I want to know more about how is pharmacy life in Canada.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's true.
You've heard all about me.
Yeah, so I actually just moved from Nigeria to Canada like about 2 years ago. Like I'm in the process of licensing to be licensed here in Canada, get a pharmacist. So I'm in the last stage right now. But so by God's grace, I should become a Canadian licensed pharmacist. But pharmacy in Canada is interesting actually. quite different from what I'm used to back in Nigeria, right? It's universal healthcare here. So a lot of people don't pay out of pockets like what I'm used to back in Nigeria. So a lot of people have to pay out of pockets and all. But here, the government like covers a lot of stuff, medication, hospital visits and stuff. So people are able to seek healthcare better, right, and able to engage more with the healthcare system, right. And I see the pharmacy practice over here too is actually quite advanced, right, and there's a lot more emphasis on patient care, lots more emphasis on patient care, being able to practice to the widest scope. So there are some provinces in Canada in which pharmacists are able to practice to the widest scope, like prescribe, order lab tests, and I don't know how the practice over there is in Ireland, but over here in Canada, pharmacists are able to give vaccinations, other laboratory tests, investigations, prescribe some medication, and yeah, even some Schedule 2 medications and clinics. So it's just an interesting practice that I'm getting used to, right? But right now, I'm actually in the supply chain, healthcare supply chain. So I work for like a supply chain company over here, healthcare, that ensures that medications get to like hospitals around Canada. So yeah, so that's what I do, and yeah.
Wow, very interesting. Wow.
That's just a bit about me, and yeah, and I like to engage with people like you, just just to give value to the world, and yeah, just improve like people's lives and just add value to people's life basically. Because I think it's so important, because I think that every one of us has something to contribute to this life.
That's right.
And we all have to play our parts.
That's exactly it.
Thank you so much, Moradeun, and it has been an amazing conversation with you. I've learned so much, and I'm sure our listeners, our viewers have also learned so much. I see some of my friends here. Hi. Okay, do you have any last words, any final things you want to?
Just to reiterate what we've been speaking about, it's more about in any space we're in, just showing up, being authentic to yourself, seeking help, being bold, dreaming big. Also, in light of International Women's Day as well, it's just knowing your value and knowing your worth in any space that you're in. Because when you do know those things and you are whole in yourself, you'll be able to flourish and thrive in every setup. That's really it. So it's for individuals who will be listening now and listening in the future, just to really to hone in on that, to seek that wholeness and be whole.
Love it much, Brian. Thank you. Really, really nice conversation. And I'm gonna save this here in case anyone missed it. You can always watch the replay, and it's gonna add so much value to you. Moradeun shared so much insights and tidbits on how to get a mentor, on how to build networks, and how to maintain mentor-mentee relationships. She gave it all to us. We are so happy and so glad that she was able to make it to this live session. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful rest of the day, nights, wherever you're joining in from. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
Thank you, bro. God bless. Thank you. Bye-bye.